And the weather conditions just about perfect here. It is a cooler sort of evening, but an evening where they're probably going to be able to run some times, as Mel said, on a new track here. And the first event that we're going to see is the men's 100 metres. Always one of the exciting events at any track meet, Mel. And you mentioned before that we've got a new track here at Olympic Park, so it'll be interesting to see just what sort of times they're able to run tonight.
I know, Peter. Last year, I must admit, the track was very flat and the times really weren't all that fast. And probably be more of a track tonight for the 5K rather than the 100 metres. We need some heat really on the track to get some speed in it. But here's to say we've got a really exciting race here now with Matt Davies and also Aaron Rogue-Serret, because we haven't seen Aaron compete yet this year in the 100 metres. So it's going to be a really close race, I think.
Here's the start list for the men's 100 metres final. Liam Gander of New South Wales in lane 1. Jacob Groth, New South Wales Institute of Sport in 2. Isaac Ntiamoah in lane 3, Matt Davies in 4, Aaron Rogue-Serret 5. So we're going to be looking in the middle probably as the main areas of attention. Carl van der Speck of New Zealand in 6, Patrick Fakey of the New South Wales Institute of Sport in lane 7, Tim Leathart is in lane 8, and let's just call him Anthony Alonzie, because I think that's what everyone calls him, and he's representing New South Wales in lane 9.
And he's probably used to being called Anthony a lot as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there should be, Matt has been running very well over the last few weeks. He ran very well in Brisbane and also in Hobart, and he probably doesn't really know what sort of shape Aaron's in, but this is the sort of competition you need, Peter, between two athletes. You need it to be able to push them to, you know, for both of them to hopefully compete at the World Championships later on in August.
There is Anthony Alonzie, who'll start from lane number 9. He actually is a Nigerian Commonwealth Games representative in 2006 now. An Australian citizen. We've seen him several times at the big meets, and he's been to Stall as well, and always good to see him in action. That man is Patrick Fakey of New South Wales, 20 years of age. And Aaron Rogue-Serret, we were both in Delhi, we both had the privilege of being there, and he performed so well, Rogue-Serret. I think he exceeded his expectations as well.
Look, I was so incredibly proud of him. He ran very well throughout each round, and one thing for a sprinter is, especially at that international level, is that you want to improve with each race, and that's exactly what he did. He made the final. Yeah,
Liam Gander coming out of lane 1, 22 years of age from New South Wales. Jacob Groth out of lane 2, part of that 4x1 team at the Commonwealth Games. Isaac Ntiamoah also in the 4x1 at the Commonwealth Games.
And with Isaac too, he could even split these two. I mean, he's very competitive, and he could take the title as much as Davies and Aaron Rogue-Serret.
Matt Davies has a personal best of 10.23. There is Aaron Rogue-Serret, who did so well. 10.17 is his personal best. 5th in the Commonwealth Games in 2010. Carl van der Speck of New Zealand, lane 6. 33 years of age, so the veteran of the field, Patrick Fakey of New South Wales.
He's actually got the fastest time this year so far, so he'll be wanting to get out there and improve on that and get into that top 3.
Out in lane 8, Tim Leathart from New South Wales, 21 years of age, runner-up in the New South Wales Championships last year, and Anthony Alonzie at 24 years of age, a 4x100 team member at the World Championships in 2009. So looking towards the middle here, I think, Mel.
Absolutely, and Aaron is actually a fantastic starter, so you'll be seeing him trying to explode out of the blocks and take a lead from very early on.
So the men to watch in the dark uniform in lane 4, Matt Davies, Aaron Rogue-Serret on the left as we look at it in white, and Isaac Ntiamoah in lane number 3 in white. First event at the IAAF Track Classic in our coverage tonight. A night of stars underneath the stars in Melbourne. Of course, with the new starting rules, they'll need to be settled.
Set.
Off. Davies got a reasonable start only. Rogue-Serret beat him out. Ntiamoah's going very well in lane 3. Rogue-Serret coming after him. Davies won't catch them. Rogue-Serret, and on the outside, Alonzie flying, but it was Rogue-Serret from Ntiamoah and Alonzie flying down the outside, and Matt Davies never really quite got into it.
No, Ntiamoah got a fantastic start. I think that Rogue-Serret was probably a little surprised by his start, and Matt was just really left in that first 10 metres. As you can see, they're driving out there hard, and Ntiamoah is actually ahead there, and Aaron knew that he just has to completely relax to try and take him over, which is really impressive, Peter, because he hasn't competed at all this season as yet.
He is an impressive athlete. And Mel, you know better than anyone, Matt Davies, the start that he got, sometimes you can tend to panic in those races.
Well, that's exactly right. And in 100 metres, you really can't get a bad start. That's where your power starts, in that first 10 to 20 metres. And with Aaron Rogue-Serret sort of finishing off in that sort of power, it's hard to catch him. But I'm sure he'll be really happy with his first run tonight.
Aaron Rogue-Serret taking it out from Isaac Ntiamoah. And what about Anthony Alonzie? He really finished off strongly, and out in lane number 9, sometimes you can miss them coming down the outside, but he rattled home.
They can usually sneak by, Peter, and take them over. But that's one of the things in the 100 metres. You can come home very fast, but you really do need to be able to set up your race in that first 50 metres.
He ran 3 of his 4 best times in New Delhi at the Commonwealth Games last year, Aaron Rogue-Serret, and he comes up trumps here in our first event for coverage at the IAAF Track Classic of 2011. Aaron Rogue-Serret defeating Isaac Ntiamoah and Anthony Alonzie in the 100 metres.
I sort of saw down there an unofficial time of 10:51, which isn't particularly fast, but I'd be interested to see. It looks like actually a headwind of 1.0, so that does make it very difficult tonight to get fast times with the sprints.
And hopefully in a moment we'll be able to have a chat to Aaron on the back of that fabulous performance in Delhi, and he's down there now with Ian Cohen. Koza?
Yeah, certainly is, PD. Aaron, obviously you got right out at the start there. Was that the key to it? Take us through the race.
Yeah, Coach said to me before the race, wants me to take it out for the first 40 and then just stay relaxed. And I think when we put in a lot of work this season, I think it showed at the end of that 100 metres. So.
10:51?
Yep. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's my first race of the season, so I haven't even run any inter-club or nothing. I haven't raced in training. We only started blocks like 2 weeks ago, so we're very happy with that, and we're only going to get quicker.
You don't seem too surprised, though. You must have been doing some work in the off-season.
Oh, yeah, I was hampered with a bit of a knee problem. We ended up having a minor arthroscope, but huge shout out to George Kalouris, who picked it up in the first place, and they managed to get me right, and now we're back racing.
Congratulations, Aaron. Well done.
Thank you.
Aaron Rogue-Serret, our first winner here tonight.
Thank you, Koza, and well done to Aaron in the time of 10:51. Isaac Ntiamoah 10:55. Anthony Alonzie third in 10:58. And Matt Davies in 4th place in 10:66. That's the first event down, coming up very shortly from the IAAF Track Classic. It'll be the women's 800 metres.